Imagine this scene. Someone says something mean to you. They are right in your face. Other people are standing around, watching. It wasn't a physical slap. They didn't even shout. It was just a few words. But those words felt like a punch. Your chest feels tight, like you can't breathe. Your face starts to feel very hot. Your mind goes totally blank. You want to say something, but nothing comes out. And the part that hurts the most? You said nothing. You just smiled a little bit. You looked away at the floor. You told yourself, "It's okay, it's not a big deal, I'll just let it go." But inside, you knew it wasn't okay. You know it because you are still thinking about it hours later. You are standing in the shower at midnight. You are replaying the scene over and over in your head. You are practicing all the things you wish you had said. You are angry at yourself. You feel like you failed because you stayed quiet when you needed your voice the most. Here is the truth that nobody ever told you. You didn't freeze because you were weak. You didn't go quiet because you were a coward. You went quiet because nobody ever taught you what to do in that exact moment. We are taught how to read, how to write, and how to do math, but we are never taught how to handle a rude person who is trying to make us look small. That ends today. What you are about to learn is a skill set that most people wish they had their whole lives. This isn't about how to be a bully. It's not about how to be aggressive or how to win every argument. It is about how to stay calm. It is about how to stay steady. It is about being so unshakable that rude people realize instantly that they made a big mistake. They will see that you are the wrong person to test. Stay with me until the end of this talk. By the time we are done, you will have the tools you need. You will never have to freeze again. Why do they pick you? Before we look at the specific techniques, you need to understand one big secret. Rude people are not random. They don't just walk around being mean to everyone in the same way. They are like hunters. They scan the room. They look for a specific kind of person. When they find that person, they test them. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that a person who is very mean to you is somehow very sweet to someone else? They laugh with some people. They are helpful to others. But when they talk to you, everything goes wrong. That is not an accident. That is a pattern. And every pattern has a reason. What these people are looking for is something called a reaction window. This is that tiny moment after they say something mean. They are watching your face. They are watching your body. They are looking at your eyes. They don't actually care about the words they said. They care about your response. If you flinch, they learn something. I can move this person. If you smile and pretend it's fine, they learn, this person won't fight back. If you turn red and stumble over your words, they learn, this person is an easy target. Once they learn this about you, they save that information. Every time they see you after that, they get a little bit bolder. They push a little bit harder. Behavioral scientists call this social probing. It is a small test done quietly. It is designed to find the edges of what you will accept. The sad part is that most people pass this test in the wrong way. They pass it by showing the bully that they are safe to attack. Not because they are weak, but because they didn't know it was a test. Now you know. So, let's talk about how to handle it when it happens. Technique 1. The quiet mirror. Imagine someone says something sharp to you. It's a mean comment designed to hurt you and then disappear. They want to sting you and move on before you even know what happened. Usually your brain starts racing. You want to explain why they are wrong. You want to defend yourself. You want to say something mean back to them. I want you to do none of those things. Instead, I want you to do something they don't expect. I want you to pause. Just stop. Let 2 full seconds of silence sit in the air. This silence makes everyone feel a little bit uncomfortable. Then, look at the person. Stay completely calm. Keep your body still, and say these 4 words. "Can you say that again?" That is all. Don't add anything else. Just wait. Here is what happens next. The person now has to repeat their mean comment out loud. They have to say it slowly. They have to say it in front of everyone who is listening. Something amazing happens the second time a mean comment is said. It sounds different. It sounds worse. It sounds exactly like what it is, an unnecessary, mean thing to say to another person. Their own voice will make them feel embarrassed. Their smirk will go away. Their confidence will vanish. The energy in the room will change. Now, everyone is watching them. This works because of how rude comments are built. They are meant to be fast. One quick hit, then they hide. When you make them repeat it, you take away their hiding spot. You bring the comment out into the light. Most rude comments cannot survive the light. You didn't shout. You didn't call them names. You just asked a simple question, and that question did all the work for you. Technique 2, the pattern name. This technique is for a very specific kind of rudeness. It's the kind that comes with a smile. It's the kind where the person says something mean, but pretends it's a joke. If you get upset, they say, "Oh, I was just playing. Why are you so serious?" But you know the truth. Everyone in the room felt the blade in that joke. It's a trap. You feel like you only have two choices. You can laugh along with them, or you can look like someone who can't take a joke. Most people choose to laugh. They pretend they are okay with it. They swallow the pain. And the rude person walks away knowing exactly how to hurt you next time. Here is what you do instead. Do not talk about the joke. Do not explain why it wasn't funny. Instead, talk about their behavior. Look at them calmly and say, "I've noticed you say things like that pretty often." These words are simple and clean, but look at what they do. You just turned one comment into a pattern. You told them that you have been paying attention. You told them that you have a good memory. You told them that their behavior is not invisible to you. Nobody wants to be the person who always says things like that. Nobody wants to feel like they are being watched and studied. The moment you name the pattern, that person has to look at who they are. They can't just hide behind one joke anymore. They can ignore your anger, but they cannot ignore the fact that you have recognized their behavior. Technique 3, the flip. Here is something that almost nobody thinks about in the middle of a fight. Most rude behavior has nothing to do with you. I know that sounds strange, but please listen. When a person is carrying something heavy inside, like stress, failure, or fear, it doesn't always stay inside. Sometimes it leaks out. They are unhappy about something else, and they take it out on the person nearby. They pick someone who seems safe to target. You didn't cause their problem, but you became the place where they dumped their bad feelings. Knowing this gives you a special move. The next time someone is rude to you or uses a mean tone, don't get angry. Instead, look at them with real calmness. Ask them a question about them. "You seem stressed. Is everything all right?" Watch how fast things change. You didn't fight back. You didn't act like a victim. You looked right past their weapon and looked at the person holding it. Now they have to choose. They either have to admit that they are having a bad day, which makes the mean energy go away, or they have to keep being rude while you are being a nice, caring human being. If they keep being mean, they will look terrible to everyone watching. You win either way. Either the fight stops, or the other person shows everyone how mean they really are. You hold the winning card. Technique 4, the public light. Some rude people love an audience. They don't like to be mean when it's just the two of you. They want a crowd. They want people to watch them make you feel small. This is the most calculated kind of rudeness, but it is also the weakest kind. Why? Because it depends on the audience. The joke only works if people laugh. The mean comment only works if the crowd thinks it's okay. If you take away the crowd, the bully has nothing. So here is the move. Don't try to win over the crowd. Don't try to be funnier than the bully. Look directly at the person. Keep your voice very steady and say, "That was an interesting choice to say out loud in front of everyone." Keep your voice very calm. No heat, no anger. This sentence does something powerful. It makes everyone stop looking at you and start looking at the bully. It points out that they made a choice. It makes the audience realize that what the person said was a deliberate, public attack. Suddenly, the crowd isn't laughing. They are judging the person who made that interesting choice. You turned the spotlight around, and the show is over. Technique 5, the still wall. This is the hardest technique, but it is also the most powerful. When someone says something rude, you say absolutely nothing. But there is a trick to this. This is not the same as going quiet because you are scared. When you go quiet because you are scared, you look down, you fidget with your hands, and you look small. To be a still wall, you stay completely still. Do not look away. Do not smile. Do not move your hands. Just look directly at them. Keep your eyes level. And just hold the silence. Most people cannot handle 10 seconds of calm silence after they have been disrespectful. Silence makes their nervous system feel panic. Why? Because they can't read you. They don't know what you are thinking. They don't know if you are angry or if you are planning something. Because they feel panicked, they will start to talk. They will try to explain what they meant. They will laugh nervously. They will say things like, "Oh, I was just joking," or "You're so sensitive." By doing that, they are actually apologizing to you. They are defending themselves even though you didn't say a word. They are giving you all their power while you spend none of yours. The old philosophers called this stoicism. The person who controls their response is the person who controls the room. Silence is not empty. Silence is the loudest thing you can say. It shows them that you are dangerous because you are in control of yourself. Technique 6, the clean exit. Sometimes you try all these things and the person just won't stop. They keep being mean. They keep pushing. For those moments, you need one final move. This move is not dramatic. You don't shout and you don't slam the door. You look at them and say, "I'm not going to keep having this conversation while you're acting this way." And then you leave. You don't wait for them to answer. You don't explain why you are leaving. You don't say sorry. You just take your attention away from them and walk away. This is not losing. This is the most powerful thing you can do. Rude behavior is like an engine. It needs fuel to keep running. Your reaction is the fuel. Even a perfect, calm reaction still gives them some fuel. But when you walk away, you take the fuel away completely. You are saying, "I choose not to play this game." You cannot lose a game that you refuse to play. The new version of you. All of these techniques are not really about the rude people. They are about you. They are about building a version of you that doesn't freeze anymore. They are about the version of you that doesn't lie awake at night feeling bad about the past. Imagine walking into any room and knowing that you can handle whatever happens. Imagine having a quiet sense of power inside you. People will be able to feel it. You won't even have to say anything. Rude behavior is not actually powerful. It only looks powerful when it finds someone who doesn't have the right tools. Once you have the tools, rudeness is just noise. It's like a barking dog behind a fence. Unpleasant, but not a real threat. You are not responsible for fixing the rude person's feelings. You are only responsible for your own. This is what real confidence looks like. It's not the person who shouts the loudest. It's not the person who tries to prove they are better than everyone else. Real confidence is the person who does not move. It is the person who has nothing to prove because they already know who they are. Marcus Aurelius was a very powerful leader a long time ago. He wrote that the things that happen to us are not what make us who we are. It is how we handle those things that matters. Rude people will always exist. You cannot change that. But you can change who you are when they show up. You are not the person who freezes anymore. You are the person who stays still when everything else is moving. You are the person who speaks calmly when others expect you to panic. You are the person who makes it very clear, I am not the one you want to test. So, I want you to think about your own life. Which of these moments have you lived through? Which of these techniques do you wish you had used in the past? Remember, the more you practice these ideas in your mind, the more ready you will be when the time comes. You have the framework now. You have the tools. Now it is up to you to use them. Stay grounded, stay calm, stay in control. That is your true power. Imagine this scene. Someone